My mother declined to look after my daughter. We're not your babysitters. I was the son who'd covered their mortgage, so I just gave a calm smile and answered, "You're correct, and I'm not your ATM." That's when the tension started. My name is Scott. I'm 33, a paramedic, the eldest child, and the one who knows every shortcut to every emergency room within a 30-mile radius. My days run on alarms and split-second decisions. At home, it's all about diapers, daycare openings, and the gentle heft of a 3-year-old who dozes on my shoulder between my overnight shifts. I'm a father first and foremost. I used to believe I was also a dutiful son. Saturday morning, after a grueling 12-hour shift, I drove to my parents' place with my daughter, Lily, in her little yellow rain boots. I'd texted in advance. "Could you keep her for 2 hours? I'll crash and pick her up before noon." Mom opened the door, coffee mug in hand, robe cinched tight. Dad was in the background, holding the TV remote like a throne. "Hey," I said, "she's eaten breakfast. Her backpack has snacks." Mom didn't budge. "We're not your babysitters." The words hit like a slap. Lily reached for grandma out of habit. Mom folded her arms. "I just need 2 hours," I said, keeping my voice low so Lily wouldn't startle. "I've been awake all night. Multiple vehicle crash." "Hi, we're retired," Mom interrupted. "We raised our own kids. We're finished raising yours." Dad turned the volume down but didn't glance my way. "Listen to your mother." 2 hours, I repeated. I heard how feeble it sounded. "Please." Mom's lips tightened. "You think because you pitch in around here once in a while you can dump a child on us?" "No, we have plans." "What plans?" I asked. I shouldn't have. I knew better. "Brunch," she said, lifting her chin. "With friends who don't treat us like sitters." I looked at Lily. She was gnawing the zipper on her hoodie. Her eyes were wide. She whispered, "Daddy home." Heat flared in my chest. Not anger yet, not quite. That burning, foolish embarrassment. Because for years I'd been the family fixer. I'd covered far more than 2 hours. I swallowed it. I even smiled. I nodded as if I'd heard something fair. I pulled Lily closer. "You're correct," I told Mom, voice even. "You're not my babysitters." Mom smirked, pleased. She began shutting the door. "And I'm not your ATM," I added, right as the latch snapped. The smirk vanished from her face. Dad finally looked at me. "What?" Mom said. I said, "I'm not your ATM." I hoisted Lily onto my hip. "We'll leave." For a moment, no one breathed. Then Mom's tone shifted. "Too sweet, too quick. Scotty, don't be theatrical." I turned toward the car. Behind me, I heard the panic forming, thin and sharp. "Scott, hold on," Dad called. "What's that supposed to mean?" I buckled Lily in, kissed her forehead, and drove off before I explained exactly what it meant. I had the words. I had the proof. But first, I had a child to tuck in for a nap and 2 hours to lie awake staring at the ceiling, replaying every wire transfer, every favor, every time I'd let them label it help instead of what it truly was. I became a paramedic because I prefer clean problems with clean protocols. Airway, breathing, circulation. On scene, no one debates whether blood is blood. You do what must be done. Families don't work that way. In my family, wounds were renamed attitude, and help was an endless ladder. Dad was a contractor who loved tools and debt in equal measure. Mom worked at a dental clinic and narrated life like a social media caption. We weren't destitute growing up, but money felt like weather. Bad, good, mostly beyond our control. I learned early to say yes before anyone asked. At 19, I took night shifts and community college courses. At 21, when Dad miscalculated the due date, I paid a mortgage installment just this once. At 24, when my sister Jenna totaled her car, I co-signed the replacement because your rate would be insane without you. At 25, when Mom needed a Crown insurance wouldn't cover, I handed over my credit card because she wept in the kitchen and said, "We're family, right?" Then I became a father. Lily's mother, Hannah, and I didn't last. It happens. We co-parent well, just not as a couple. We split time around my schedule. I take overnights because the differential is higher and toddlers don't respect your sleep cycle. When Lily arrived, I vowed to stop being the default wallet. Then Dad's back gave out. Then the roof leaked. Then Jenna lost a job. Every time I tried to draw a line, Mom used that soft voice. "Scott, you know we only ask when it's urgent. You're so good with money." Translation: you're the only one who'll agree. The thing about help is it morphs into duty without you noticing. I started logging it because my mind needed something concrete. Little notes in my phone, $350. Jenna's car insurance, temporary, $1,200. Dad, surprise property taxes, $600. Mom, can you charge it and we'll reimburse next week? I told myself the receipts were just for my own peace of mind. I wasn't planning to weaponize them. That would be petty. That would make me the villain. There were other things, not major crimes, just the daily erosion of respect. I'd leave Lily with my parents for an hour while I grabbed prescriptions, and Mom would sigh as if I'd asked her to watch a stranger's pet. If I asked Dad to latch the baby gate, he'd say, "We raised 2 kids, Scott. We know what we're doing." When I brought takeout, they'd post photos captioned "family night," as if they'd cooked. The family group chat was its own universe. Jenna's minor victories, Dad's golf scores, Mom's passive-aggressive memes about ungrateful offspring. If I pushed back on anything, the chorus began. Mom, wow, so sensitive. Dad, don't text me at work with drama. Jenna, God, you're such a martyr. It escalated gradually. That's how you keep someone useful. You don't detonate, you erode. 2 months ago, I learned something that froze me. I called the mortgage lender on a day off because the auto draft I'd set up for my parents had triggered a manual review hold in my bank. I wanted to confirm the payment would clear. The rep sounded puzzled. There's a second card linked to this account, she said. It's been used for 2 cash advances. Pardon? I said. Whose card? Secondary authorized user, she read. Jenna. I didn't shout. I thanked her. I hung up. I stared at the kitchen table strewn with Lily's crayons like confetti and felt my jaw clench until my teeth ached. I had never authorized that. I had told my parents, in plain English, that my card was for the mortgage only. I'd set the exact amount plus $5. I'd run the numbers. That evening, I asked Jenna. Oh wow, chill, she said. It was an emergency. I'll pay you back. It was 2 cash advances, I said. Yeah, emergencies. She rolled her eyes. You're obsessed with money. I called Mom. She sighed. Your sister was in a jam. We told her it would be fine. You're making this ugly. Ugly. That was the word for me noticing. Then came this week. The week of endless calls, endless jams. My schedule resembled a Tetris board assembled by someone furious. Monday, 7 p.m. 7 a.m. Tuesday, sleep. No. Daycare closed for a water main rupture. Mom texted. We can take Lily 10:12 if you bring lunch. I brought lunch, diaper bag, wipes, a list. When I retrieved Lily, Mom said, she was fussy, as if it were a flaw I should correct. Wednesday night at work was brutal. Teen overdose, cardiac arrest in a driveway, the calls you carry in your bones. I clocked out at 8 a.m. Thursday, craving only a nap. I texted the group. Anyone free to watch Lily for 2 hours? I'll pick her up at 11. Jenna read it, didn't respond. Dad never replies before noon. Mom wrote, we'll see. 10 minutes later, actually we can't. Plans. Then the line at the door, we're not your babysitters. The thing is, if that had been the first time, I'd have shrugged. But you don't say that to the person who paid your mortgage for 3 straight years. While working nights and warming bottles at 3 a.m., you don't say that after secretly adding your daughter to the account. You don't say that to the son who's rescued you more times than the fire department. On the drive home, Lily sang along to a Rainbow song. I nodded, smiled, gripped the wheel. I kept seeing my notes file in my mind, line by line. Help, emergency, can you run this? The numbers formed a shape. It looked like a red line. I put Lily down for her nap. I brewed coffee and didn't drink it. I opened my banking app. I scrolled. The totals chilled my stomach, then left me eerily calm. When Lily woke, I strapped her into her booster and we went to the park. She splashed in puddles. I watched clouds drift. When my phone buzzed, it was Mom. We don't appreciate your tone earlier. I typed, deleted, typed, deleted. Then I wrote, you're correct. I was unclear. Let me clarify. I didn't do it face to face. I knew better. In person, Mom cries. Dad gets loud. Jenna turns sharp and witty at once. Group chat it was. Receipts only, no metaphors. I opened notes. I copied the top entries. I started the message. Since we're discussing roles, I wrote, here's what I've covered since 2021. Not exhaustive, just the big ones. Then I pasted the list, dates, amounts, screenshots, mortgage auto-pays circled, cash advances I hadn't approved, highlighted, Zelle transfers labeled groceries that matched Dad's golf weekends perfectly, credit card statement with Mom's crown, and the payment plan I'd arranged because she couldn't handle those calls. I attached the lender's email confirming Jenna as an authorized user added by the homeowner. I attached my text to Dad last year. Please do not add anyone to this account. Mortgage only, followed by his thumbs up emoji. I wrote, I've been the ATM here. That role ends today. I hit send. Immediately, Mom's 3 dots. Then nothing. Then Jenna, why would you post our private business? I replied, it's my money business. Dad chimed in. You're out of line, son. We raised you. You don't shove that in our faces. You're correct. I wrote, you raised me. I also paid your house note 29 times. I'm done. Then I canceled the autopay. I called the lender and removed my card. I made them read the confirmation number twice. I told them to flag any attempt to re-add me without my consent. I closed the card linked to Mom's account and opened a new one. I disabled Zelle to anyone except Hannah. I expected the explosion and it arrived right on cue. Mom called. I let it go to voicemail. She left 3 messages in succession, her voice cycling through stages like a storm warning. Message 1, Scott, honey, you're misunderstanding. We never demanded. You volunteered. We're grateful. Message 2, I can't believe you're punishing us. We've been there for you. For Lily. Message 3, if your father and I lose the house, that's on you. Jenna texted a paragraph about family loyalty and men who abandon their parents. I didn't answer. I was on the floor building a block tower with Lily. She toppled it and clapped, delighted. Something loosened between my shoulder blades. When Mom realized silence wasn't budging, she pivoted. She posted in the family chat, if anyone can help, we need $1,100 by Tuesday. Then, to me privately, you wouldn't let your daughter be homeless. I stared at that one a long time. I pictured Lily asleep, her breath a soft whistle. I thought about airway, breathing, circulation. In the field, you know when not to start CPR. You know when what you're doing isn't aid, it's just motion. This wasn't aid, it was keeping everyone unwell. I typed one final group message. From now on, my priority is Lily. I will not fund your lifestyle or emergencies born of poor choices. I will be civil at family gatherings. I will reply to holiday texts. I will not be your ATM, I added. And if anyone uses my name to link a card to anything, I will file a police report. No theatrics, just a report. Dad finally called. I answered. He went straight to rage. Big shot, he said. Flash your little screenshots. You think that makes you right? It makes me finished, I said. Long pause, then softer, frightened. We could lose the house. You had 3 years, I said. I bought you time. I have a child. I can't keep you alive by dying slower. He hung up. The silence afterward felt like the crisp click of a seatbelt when everything is finally secured. The next week was all voicemail and echoes. I saved some because I'm a paramedic and we document everything. Documentation is love in my line of work. Mom tried apology light. We didn't realize you were keeping score. Translation, we didn't realize you'd show the scoreboard. Then the extended family piled in. Aunt Karen called to say, your mother is very upset. As if I'd killed the family pet. Uncle Pete texted, we all help our parents, pal. With exactly $0 attached. My cousins sent a shrug emoji and a link to a budgeting app. Meanwhile, the practical parts of life didn't care. Lily had a well check. Work ran a mass casualty drill. Hannah and I traded shifts like chess pieces. At the end of one 24-hour loop, I finally sat on my couch and felt the apartment be quiet. My phone buzzed. It was Dad. Can we talk numbers? He asked, voice small. It startled me. I'd never heard my father sound like a man requesting help he didn't automatically deserve. Sure, I said. Numbers are what this is about. He explained they were 2 payments behind, not one. He explained the refinance that fell through over income verification. He explained, in a child's voice, that the house was complicated and they never meant for me to shoulder it alone. He used the word, we like a life jacket. I listened, then I delivered the line I'd rehearsed. Here's what I can do. I can help you call the bank and establish a hardship plan. I can help you draft a budget you actually follow. I can babysit any day I'm off so you both can take part-time jobs. I will not give money. Silence, then a scoff. Then the other dad returned. Babysit, he said. We're not your babysitters. There it was again. The line that started the landslide. You don't have to be, I said. You also don't get to be my creditors. He hung up on that. 2 days later, the family group chat became a live grenade. Mom posted a long rant about grown children who forget their roots, with a photo of 10-year-old me holding a fishing rod. Jenna piled on, must be nice to be loaded, which made me laugh out loud because paramedic pay is not that. An aunt I barely see wrote, I'm just praying for reconciliation. A neighbor chimed in, ignore the haters, Sharon, and posted a heart. I didn't respond. Hannah did. She never writes in my family chat. She stays out of it. But this time, she sent 5 sentences that deserve framing. Scott is the best father I know. He works nights to ensure Lily has what she needs. He has carried burdens that were never his. This isn't about love, it's about boundaries. If you can't respect that, please stop texting him. Mom texted me privately, can you control your ex? I wrote back, no, she's a full human. Also, she's right. The days dragged. The due date arrived. They scraped together the $1,100 from somewhere that wasn't me. Maybe Aunt Karen, maybe a friend, I didn't ask. The lender still called the next week to notify the account was at risk of delinquency. I told the rep I could no longer discuss it at that level and ended the call with shaking hands. And then came Saturday, the brunch day. The day Mom said she wasn't my babysitter, they did go to brunch. She posted a photo, mimosa, filtered light, caption about choosing joy, 3 typos, I was exhausted. I made pancakes with Lily anyway. I let her pour the batter and crank the music and decided this was our joy. At noon, my doorbell rang. It was Mom, no makeup, eyes red, a folder in her hand. Can I come in, she asked. I let her. She stood in my kitchen, looking around as if she hadn't been there 100 times, and extended the folder. Hardship plan, she said. They need proof of income, a list of expenses. Your father doesn't have it organized. I can't. Her voice cracked. I took the folder. Inside were crumpled statements, a handwritten bill list, a bank form with blank spaces. I set it on the table. I'll help you fill this out, I said. Then I need to sleep before my shift, she nodded. She watched me print a budget template like it was sorcery. She watched me hand her a highlighter and say, needs in yellow, wants in blue. She watched me cross out the golf club membership. She flinched. He'll be angry, she said. He can be angry, I said. Anger is cheaper than foreclosure. She laughed, a short, startled sound, then stopped. We worked for an hour. I didn't say I told you so. I didn't say babysitter. She didn't say ATM. When we finished, she clutched the folder to her chest. At the door, she paused. We love Lily, she said. I know, I said. And we love you, she added, like she was learning a new dialect. I nodded. I need you to love me with respect. She blinked. Okay. That night at 2 a.m., on a call for a man with chest pain in a gas station lot, my partner glanced over as I drew aspirin from the kit. You good? He asked. I think so, I said and meant it. The following week, Jenna called. I let it ring twice, then answered. She skipped small talk. I need your budget guy's number. I am the budget guy, I said. She groaned. Fine. I got a job bartending. I need to not blow it. I opened my laptop. Okay, I said. Start with your actual take home, not the number they quoted if every night were New Year's Eve. We talked 20 minutes. She listened the way you listen when you're scared. At the end, she said, you're still impossible. The way some people say thank you. I laughed. Love you too, I said. She hung up. Dad didn't call. He sent an emoji, 2 hands pressed together. Prayer, plea, both. I didn't reply. Boundaries have a dull side. It's forms and phone trees and groceries, not bought because they're not in the plan. It's me declining overtime because I promised Lily the park. It's learning to let my parents solve problems they created, even if they stumble. It's also luminous. It's Lily cupping my face after a double and declaring, Daddy sleepy. Daddy cookie, with the authority my mother wields but kinder. It's Hannah handing me coffee, a joke, a look that says, I see you. It's sitting at my kitchen table without a low-grade panic humming underneath. A week later, the group chat fell silent. Then Mom posted a photo of Dad mending a fence. No caption. Jenna posted a picture of a sticky bar floor after closing. Hate this, she wrote, but I did it. I tapped a heart. A month out, I took Lily to my parents on a Sunday with no strings attached. It felt like re-entering a building after the fire's out. The smell lingers, but the heat is gone. Mom opened the door. She didn't say, we're not your babysitters. She said, come in. Dad was quieter. He looked older. He hugged Lily a long while, then set her down and said to me without eye contact, the bank approved the plan. He cleared his throat. We sold some things. Good, I said. That's good. We ate lunch. Sandwiches, no mimosas. Mom asked about my shift and actually listened when I said it was heavy. I told them about the patient who gripped my hand and said, I'm scared, and how some days I feel more like a fear translator than a medic. Dad said very softly, thank you for what you do. Afterward, Mom asked if Lily could nap in the spare room. We'll keep her here while you sleep at home, she said quickly. If you want, just today. She looked like she might hold her breath awaiting my answer. I checked myself. Not reaction, choice. Thank you, I said. That would help. She smiled with her whole face, not the social media face. We'll text if she wakes early. On the drive home, I rolled the windows down. I didn't cry. I thought about airway, breathing, circulation again. Airway. Can we speak truth without choking on it? Breathing. Can we do this at a pace that doesn't kill us? Circulation. Can we keep what matters flowing? Money to bills, energy to Lily, love to the places it truly belongs. My phone buzzed at a red light. Text from Mom. Photo of Lily asleep. Curls a tangle, cheeks squished against the pillow. Safe, Mom wrote. No heart emoji, just the word. I slept 3 hours. When I woke, I didn't check my banking app first. I didn't scan messages for the next crisis. I made a sandwich. I ate it standing at the sink. The quiet felt like mine. People say setting boundaries is selfish. Maybe it is a little. But the other thing I was doing was selfish too. Playing hero so I didn't have to watch people I love struggle. Martyrdom is just control in a nicer suit. The truth is simpler. I'm a dad. My job is to keep Lily safe. To keep myself safe enough to keep her safe, and to let other adults bear their own loads, even if they wobble. That night, I picked Lily up. Mom handed me the backpack, a note on what she ate, when she napped, whether she asked for her pink blanket. It felt like a new language we were beginning to speak. At the door, Mom said, thank you for the budget help. You did the hard part, I said. She nodded. We'll figure it out. On the way down the steps, Dad stopped me. I shouldn't have said that. About babysitters. I shouldn't have waited 3 years to say I'm not an ATM, I said. He stared past me at the yard as if it held answers. We got used to you, he said. Used to you fixing it. I know, I said. Me too. He looked at Lily, then back at me. You're a good father. I exhaled. That's the job. We drove home. Lily fell asleep halfway. I carried her upstairs and tucked her in. In the kitchen, I opened my notes app and looked at the last entry I'd made in July, autopay. I added one more line just for me. August, started over. The moral isn't tidy. It's not family above all. It's family with boundaries. It's love without a credit limit. It's you can't pour from an empty account. I don't owe anyone my exhaustion. I owe my kid my presence, my patience, my laughter when she commands cookie like a decree. I still help, I still show up, I still answer calls when I can. But now, when a bill tries to slip under my door disguised as love, I return it to sender with a note, wrong address. And when people ask for the short version, I give them the one that started it all. My mother refused to watch my daughter. I say she told me, we're not your babysitters, so I said you're correct. And I'm not your ATM. That's when everything got loud. Then it got quiet. Quiet is better. I lock the door, switch off the kitchen light, and go sit with my daughter's gentle snore drifting from the next room. I don't check my phone. I don't brace for the next request. I breathe. I let the quiet do its work. Tomorrow, I'll don my uniform. I'll inspect my rig. I'll tape my pen to the clipboard so it doesn't wander. I'll go heal strangers with steps and tape and patience. And when I clock out, I'll come home to the only job that never clocks out. The one I finally shielded. I'm Scott. I'm a paramedic. I'm not their ATM. I'm Lily's dad. That's the whole story. That's enough.